Hey guys, this is Angela with Chaotic Life of a Planner. So today I'm going to be doing something a little differently that I haven't done with you guys before. One of my goals for 2019 was to have focused finances, and we've been doing a pretty good job about that, and I'm going to be filming a goals update video for you guys pretty soon. But part of having focused finances was meal planning. And I used to be really good at meal planning, and I did it every month. However, in the last probably couple of years, I would say 2 years, maybe even 3, once I started to work, well, last year I pretty much only worked 24 hours a week, but the year previous to that, I had to do a lot of fill-in work for office managers, and we had a high turnover rate at the clinic I was working at that year. So I started to work more hours. There were probably a couple weeks, like a few weeks at least, where I worked 40, but for the most part, I just worked 32. But for somebody who had been home for so many years and who has such a large, busy family, even 32 hours a week was a lot. And to be honest with you, 24 hours a week was a lot. So some things had to give. And unfortunately, meal planning was one of them. But now that I'm back home, it's time for me to really get serious about meal planning again, because groceries is one area where with careful planning, you can save a lot of money. So I thought that I would bring a bonus video per se to you guys. I did get this meal planner. It's one of the Petite planners from Erin Condren. I showed you guys this in my haul video. And I also got this grocery list pad. I'm actually not too sure if I'm going to use this time or not, but we'll see. I can also tell I just made some changes to my tripod mount that I'm using. It's an Archon mount, and I can tell that it's still vibrating. So I'm still going to have to do a little bit more work on that, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. So if my camera shakes a little bit or whatever, I do apologize about that. So let's get right into it. So I know from looking at a calendar that I need to plan out 10 dinners before we get paid again. Excuse me. So I'm not exactly sure. Let me just say that there might be some tweaking to this. So I know how I'm going to set it up this time, but that doesn't mean that I'll set it up the same way next time, because I'm just not sure exactly how it's going to work. So I need 10 dinners. However, I don't really like that this starts on Sunday and ends on Saturday. I wish that it started on Monday and ended on Sunday, just like the Life Planner does. That would work better for me. But to be honest with you, even when I was really good at meal planning, I didn't actually write it out per day like this. I would just say, okay, there's 10 dinners that I have to account for in this pay period, or, 18 or 14 or however many it was. And then I would just come up with a list of however many dinners I needed. And then like a couple days ahead of time, I would sit out and say, okay, we're going to have this dinner this night, this dinner this night, and this dinner this night. So I'm not really even going to pay attention to this list down here. I may even just cover it up with some washi or something like that later. What's just most important to me is that I have my dinners planned out. So I'm just going to write them in here, and then there's 7. So I don't know. I guess I'll just start this next. Yeah, I guess that'll work to carry on to the next page over here. So I'm also going to tell you guys that for 4 weeks at a time, I don't have to cook for my husband. So it's just my 20-year-old who is sometimes here and sometimes not. She just started another job. So now she's going to be working 2 jobs and still going to school. So a lot of times she doesn't eat here with us. She'll just eat when she gets home from work or whatever. So most of the times it's just myself and then my 17-year-old and my 15-year-old. So sometimes we just have snack foods for dinner. And that just works for us. Well, it probably doesn't work for my 17-year-old. He'll be like, that is a snack food. Why are we having this for dinner? But anyways, for the most part, that works for us. So you're going to see some stuff on here and you're going to be like, I can't believe you guys eat that for dinner. And I'm not going to apologize for that, because we do what works for us. And I'm even going to tell you that you're going to see that we're going to have dessert for dinner one night this week. And that is actually tomorrow, which is Easter. I'm filming this on Saturday the 20th. I'm probably going to try and upload this video tonight. If not tonight, then tomorrow. So, and we're going to have blackberry cobbler. And the reason why we're going to have blackberry cobbler is because we are eating Easter dinner at church. So we're going to have our church service in the morning, and then we're having like a big potluck Easter meal. So, and usually the kids like me to cook a full dinner at home, but, you know, my oldest son is in Washington visiting a friend this weekend. My oldest daughter is away at college, so she'll be spending Easter with my parents. And then my husband is at work. So, and I think that Michaela will probably have to work, so there would really only be 3 of us. So I just couldn't justify cooking a full meal for the 3 of us this year. So I was like, you know, we're just going to eat at church. I said, however, I will make blackberry cobbler. So, and we're probably not going to be done eating until like 2. So I can't imagine that we're really going to want to have dinner when we get home. So having dessert for dinner on Easter is going to work out perfectly. So one of the things that I did before I sat down and thought about this was I kind of took a quick inventory of what I have in my freezer. Now, I do have a ton of stuff in my freezers that are in the garage. That's where I keep like all of our frozen halibut, and we have a couple of fresh farm-raised turkeys that we've raised out there, like a ham, some things like that. So I did not take inventory of those freezers because my husband's not home, and quite honestly, I'm not going to cook a big meal like that unless he's here to enjoy it, or at least there's more than the 3 of us. So I did take inventory of my fridge freezer and my cabinets. So I kind of know what we have in there and what we don't. So one of the dinners that we're going to have is pulled pork fries. So the last time I cooked a pork butt it was actually for Michaela's gender reveal. And one of the things that I like to do is I'll buy like the big Costco sized pork butt, and I'll cook it in my electric roasting pan, I guess it's called. It's like a big giant thing. You can usually buy them at like Sam's or Costco or even probably Walmart over the holidays. So I'll cook a giant pork butt in there. We'll eat what we need for whatever that meal. A lot of times when I'm doing like big entertaining dinners, I'll cook a pork butt. And then I don't put any barbecue sauce on it when it's cooking, like, or even when I serve it. Like, I just serve it plain pork, and then people can add their barbecue sauce at, you know, whatever if they want it, or whichever kind, you know, however. And then I freeze the rest of it in Ziploc bags in the freezer. So that usually gives us like a quick meal that we can pull out, you know, later. So I happen to know that I have enough pulled pork in the freezer for pulled pork fries. We actually had pulled pork fries last week, so I still have half a jar of the nacho cheese, and we like to use, I can't remember it's a spicy jalapeno ranch dressing that you would buy in the produce department in the refrigerated section. Maybe it's Lighthouse, that's what it is. So I have everything. There's my camera vibrating again. We have everything to have pulled pork fries. I just have to buy a bag of French fries. So, and then I also know I'm going to thaw that pork. And then, so one night we'll have pulled pork fries. And then the next night we will have, we'll just do pulled pork. And you can eat it either on like a hamburger bun, or I don't usually eat mine with a hamburger bun. I just eat it plain. And then we'll do a side of Parmesan orzo. I know we're going to have homemade pizza. I used to make homemade pizza every single Friday night without fail. Not any longer. I just don't have the time. Or I don't make the time, I guess. I'll do a homemade Alfredo. I know I have a couple of chicken breasts in the refrigerator or in the freezer that I could thaw if the kids want chicken on it. Some like chicken on it, some don't. So we could do Alfredo. And I already have a lot of Parmesan cheese. I had bought a big bag of it from Costco for like 10 bucks. So I know I have plenty of Alfredo, and I still have heavy cream. So I don't have to get anything for that. We're going to have Frito salad, which is basically just taco meat, romaine, green onions, lettuce, and whatever kind of cheese you have. And then it's served with Catalina dressing. Some people put beans in it as well, but I don't like beans. So I know we already have ground beef for that. Then we will do probably burgers and fries. I've been making something called butter burgers lately, and you can look it up on Pinterest. If I remember, I'll try and leave a link down below, but I don't normally like pan-fried burgers, but those butter burgers are really coming out nicely, and everybody likes them. Even Liberty, who is like the absolute pickiest eater on the planet. And we'll do frozen pizza. One night we'll have buffalo chicken dip. This is one of those things where usually I'll make it on like a Sunday night. It's just a snack food. And then I'm going to plan for a night of yo-yo, which just means you're on your own. So one of the things you have to think about when you're meal planning is not every night do you want it to be something that is going to be time consuming. There's going to be nights when you might have to take a kid to an activity, or you might have a meeting or something, and you know you're going to need something quick. So, and for the most part, most of our meals these days are quick, except for when my husband's home, I do, you know, a little bit fancier dinners just because he likes that and, you know, whatever. So like you might know, okay, on Thursday night, I only have 30 minutes when I get home from work, and then I have to take so-and-so here, so-and-so there, so-and-so there. So maybe a crock pot meal will be better for you, or an Instant Pot meal, something like that. So anyways, this is the meal plan that I came up with for dinners after kind of thinking about what we have in the freezer, what I'll have time to make, you know, that sort of thing. And really, I'm not going to have a ton of leftovers for most of this stuff, which is good because it just seems like these days I'm throwing leftovers out for the most part, and I want to stop doing that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write a few breakfast options on here. I do not cook breakfast on a regular basis, maybe once a week. I'm going to do biscuits and gravy for Easter, just because that's a little bit fancier, and my kids all like that. So I'm going to just put some options on here. So if the kids say, what can I have for breakfast? Or what can I have for lunch? I can say, these are your options. So I've got biscuits and gravy, smoothies, eggs and toast, cereal, and bagels. Anything else will be on your own. You'll have to figure that out yourself. We're going to try and start incorporating more smoothies into our diets, primarily for Liberty. She is my pickiest eater, and she doesn't like a lot of fruits and vegetables, and she's getting sick a lot. So she takes vitamins. I make sure that she takes her vitamins and stuff. And that, for me, once I started taking my vitamins on a regular basis, that was a real game changer for my health as far as sickness is concerned. But that's just not working for her. So I said, maybe you just need to incorporate smoothies so that you can get fruits and vegetables in your diet and not even really know it. So we're going to try that. And then I'm going to do the same thing for lunches. Since my kids don't really prefer a lot of leftovers, I hear a lot of, what can I have for lunch? And, you know, I don't have little kids anymore. We do homeschool, so they're here for lunch, but quite frankly, I'm not making lunch every day. So I've got sandwiches, mac and cheese, pigs in a blanket. I will buy some canned soup because they do like to have that. I will buy a bag of pizza rolls. That's kind of my thing, is I buy one big bag of like frozen convenience food that they can have for lunches. And that has to last until the next payday. So I'll put quesadillas. And then I will put leftovers on here. Now, if we have leftover pizza, like when I make homemade pizza, the kids will eat that. Benjamin doesn't like microwaved pizza, so he will cook it in the oven. Let's see what else. So Frito salad might work for some leftovers. They might eat that. That's pretty much about it. So now that I've got, and I'm not going to put snacks on there. I don't put snacks on there. But now that I've got our meal plans figured out, and I'm not going to write breakfast and lunch over here because this is enough options over there. So I'm going to start my shopping list. And I'm just going to start from here. I'll go down the list and we'll see. So biscuits and gravy. I know I need sausage. biscuits. For smoothies, I need to have bananas, yogurt. I'm pretty sure I have quite a bit of frozen fruit in the freezers, and I also have honey, so I don't need anything there. I do need to get some eggs because I just used the last ones this morning. Toast, I wrote toast on there when really it should be bread, but that's okay, I'm gonna know that. We don't need any cereal. We had stocked up last time when we went shopping when we found it for like $2 a box, which is good for here. I need to get some bagels. I will get those at Costco likely, and I probably need some more cream cheese. For sandwiches, I already have bread on here, but I need to get some lunch meat. I already have a lot of sliced cheese, so I don't need to worry about that. I will put mac and cheese, and I just probably need to get a couple of boxes. Hot dogs, I already have a thing of crescent rolls, so I don't have to worry about that, and I have ketchup. I will write canned soup. Pizza rolls. For quesadillas, I already have cheese. I have a few tortillas, but I might need to get another package of them. So now we're in the blackberry cobbler. I need blackberries. Probably need to get some butter. Maybe some vanilla ice cream to put on top. Pulled pork fries. I don't think I need anything. Parmesan orzo, I just need the orzo. I'm gonna put burger buns on here because I'll need those for the burgers as well as the pulled pork. Homemade pizza, I need pepperoni. I already have mozzarella cheese and pizza sauce. Alfredo, I just need like some fettuccine noodles. I have everything else. The Frito salad, I need Fritos, romaine, and green onions. Burgers and fries. I just need to get fries, and I'll put ×2. Frozen pizzas. I'm gonna get a bag of frozen chicken because I'm out, and I do like to have a bag on hand. And then yo-yo. So that is pretty much it. I should probably pick up a thing of mayo. And then I will get just some random veggies, whatever looks good. I probably need like some Crystal Light or whatever. Sometimes the kids like to have other options besides water. So the only other thing that I have to add to this is the food that I'm bringing to church for Easter dinner, which I'm going to make macaroni and cheese, a baked macaroni and cheese. So I know I need elbows, and probably a sharp cheddar because I have like Colby Jack and whatnot, but I don't have a sharp cheddar. And then I'll probably get a gallon of milk. So I'm going to run out of room here. I'm also going to bring like this Jell-O salad. So I'm just going to put orange Jell-O, Cool Whip, cottage cheese, and mandarin oranges. And then I'll probably make deviled eggs. So I'll put eggs ×2. So I think that is pretty much it. I'll give my list a once over one more time just to make sure. And I am going to go grocery shopping today. So I'm thinking, I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work because I've not done it before, but since I do live in Alaska, you guys might be interested in seeing some of the prices that we pay for groceries here. And I likely am going to go to Costco and the commissary today. So we'll just see how that works. No promises, but if I can bring you guys some footage. Now, I do just film on my phone, so we'll have to see how that comes out. But if I can bring you guys some footage from the grocery store and maybe a haul video, then I will go ahead and do that. So I'm just gonna leave this as it is, and then I'll see you guys in a bit. So I'm getting ready to go into Costco. Yes, I do have a Snapchat filter on because I'm just not kind of ready to do face-to-face videos without a filter right now. Anyways, when I get into Costco, I will show you some of the prices for the things that I'm buying. Just know that it might be a little higher than what you're used to paying because we do live in Alaska. So my Costco trip went pretty well. I did spend a little more than I anticipated because that's the nature of the beast when you go to Costco, is stuff is always just going to miraculously jump into your cart. I can't be the only one that happens to, right? But I do think it's going to be okay. I did find a few things that I don't normally buy at Costco that I felt like were a pretty decent deal. So there was some things I was going to get at the commissary that I don't need to now. So hopefully it will all even out in the end. I'm going to go into the commissary now. And for those of you that don't know what a commissary is, it is a grocery store on a military installation. They usually have pretty good prices. However, they do charge what they call a 5% usage fee. We just call it a tax because that's pretty much what it is, right? So let's go into the commissary. so here's my grocery haul. This is from Costco and the commissary. You know how I mentioned to you guys that things have a way of just jumping into your cart? Well, this is one of them. If you guys watched, I think it's A Bowl Full of Lemons on Instagram, she posts a lot of things on Insta stories about like her fridge organization and her meal prep. And I don't know if this is exactly the containers that she uses are called by PrepWorks. It's called PrepWorks Pro Keeper, I guess. But anyways, they had this pack of 4, and I was hoping that maybe the large one would fit my excess romaine lettuce. You know, we just get, well, by the time produce gets to us, it's nearly gone bad already. So if I can prolong its life a little bit further, I would like to. So I'm gonna try those out. I also just got this Hamilton Beach mixer. I think this was something like $14 or whatever. It's supposed to have a container, oh yeah, to hold all the parts, which that's the problem that I have now, is that they're, you know, they get misplaced. So I hadn't bought this chicken before. This is the honey chipotle chicken breast fillets. I also, excuse my dog, they've been in a crate the whole time I was shopping, so they're a little excited. This one has chicken breast, Black Forest ham, and roast beef. That'll be good for lunches. Oh, a couple of things of Easter candy, chocolate milk, which I bought that since tomorrow's Easter. A couple of different packs of eggs. I'm going to be bringing deviled eggs to our church dinner. Yogurt for the smoothies. Biscuits for biscuits and gravy tomorrow. I know I can make homemade ones, but who wants to do that on a Sunday morning? A couple packs of sausage. I really like the Jimmy Dean. Let's see, this one's the Country Mild. I'll use that for breakfast in the morning. 3 frozen pizzas. Oh, I'm kind of excited about this. So this is actually a local person. She goes to church with us, but their channel is Summers in Alaska, SOMERS. And you may, if you've ever tried to find any channels that have to do with Alaska living, you may have already followed them. But Jessica has been making, that's why I got this too, has been making a keto lasagna that's made with like an Alfredo sauce, and she uses this chicken in place of the noodles. So I got this. I'm not sure, I might actually just stick this in the freezer and worry about that later. Let's see. Oh, one of my daughters asked for razors. I was kind of bummed about this. I'm making like a orange Jell-O salad to bring to church tomorrow. All I could get was light Cool Whip. Oh, this is a guilty pleasure. I love this. Thankfully, I can get it at the commissary for like $3.50. So that's typically the only time I buy it. Let's see, nothing overly exciting. I got stuff for chili. I don't like chili, but one of my kids asked for chili. Same with the raviolis. I don't usually buy those, but my pregnant daughter asked me for those. Apparently that's her latest craving. Benjamin really loves those mug treats, so I buy those. The Gushers were like $1.25 a box, and I think the granola bars were like $1.75. So this is my haul, and let's see. I spent $135 at Costco, and I spent $100 at, $135 at Costco, and then I spent $100 at the commissary. So all in all, not too bad of a haul. This will last us, with the exception of milk and maybe another loaf of bread, this should last us until the 30th. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. You know, I know I did try to film a new type of channel, or not a new type of channel, a new type of video today. And if you guys like this kind of content and you want to see me do more stuff like this, then please do leave me a comment below and let me know what you think, as well as subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and hit the bell notification. You guys know the deal. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.